Hello friends, this is Twitch Crafts, and today we are working on the sleeves for the Rumble Raglan. We've made it. We are on Sleeve Island. If you don't know what Sleeve Island is, you've never knit a sweater. Sleeve Island is kind of the worst. It's the part of the sweater where you've already done all of like the hard work, all the stuff you want to do, right? The body is always the part. Marooned on Sleeve Island is so for real. It's so for real. Because you've done all of this work, right? Like, you got a whole sweater here. Look at that. Whole sweater. And now, because we all have arms, well, some of us have arms. Not all of us, that's ableist. But for folks with arms, you have to knit sleeves. Theoretically. You don't have to, I guess. You could always just do vests. Everything could be a vest. Especially if you live somewhere warm. Everything can be a vest. But I feel some kind of way about colorwork sleeves. I hate colorwork sleeves. Which I didn't know until I did them, right? That's how everyone finds out that they hate something, for the most part, in my experience. I was working on, and I could probably find it if I had the energy, but I'm not going to put anybody through that. I was working on a test knit, ironically, and it had colorwork like down the sleeves, like not even all the way down the sleeves, just like down some of the sleeves, like past the break for the underarm, which this looks like it does. It doesn't. This is all knit one, like in the round as a yoke, and then you break here. You can probably tell. And then you pick up under and start knitting the body. So all of this curves. What is up with me and turning everything into a booby stream? All of this curves like this, and then you make the body and the sleeves, and so there's no color work on the sleeves and there's no more color work on the body. It's just once you finish the yoke. That's where all of your color work is. So I feel some kind of way about having to do, what's the word I'm looking for? Color work on the sleeves. Sorry. Words. I feel some kind of way about it because it's very difficult for me because I'm already kind of a tight knitter. So like my tension's not usually very good whenever I knit color work on sleeves because it's like such a small circumference in comparison to the body. This might not make any sense to anybody, but it makes sense to me. What are you doing? What's going on here? Also, because it's two-stranded color work, right? Whole thing. You're just carrying 4 strands. So everything is getting super tangled by the time you get around to color work. Everything gets tangled around each other. And my cord isn't long enough. So every time I try to make a round, I'm also decreasing at the same time. Every time I try to make a round, I have to like pull the cord a little bit. This is not nearly enough cord left to be able to do like a full round. I'm just blathering on. So I got out my interchangeables and they're on a 50-inch cord. It's a very, very long cord. So I'm going to move them over to a different needle. But I actually have a video on my YouTube channel for in the round 2 at a time sleeves. So how to pick up and knit both of your sleeves at the same time. It helps me to be off of Sleeve Island just a little bit faster. And I know also because I know I'm going to run out of this, like this is all I have left of this color. I'm not going to get all the way down the sleeve with that. So I know I need to be doing them both at the same time because otherwise I'll end up with one sleeve that's a little bit longer or has a little bit more of that yarn, and then the other one won't have any. And that would look wonky jawed, which is fine, but I don't want it. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm not sorry. But yeah. me see if I can update something really quickly. There we go. Well, maybe not. I might not be able to. Never mind. But yes, so part of the reason I feel some kind of way, as I sit here and talk to myself, part of the reason I feel some kind of way about knitting in the round, and like these pickups are not great, but that's because you can tell like where my yarn is. My yarn is like right here. Now they look a little bit tighter. Much tighter actually. But part of the reason I feel some kind of way about this is because these sections where you're knitting and you're, you know, breaking and you're coming over when you're knitting in the round, if any of this is making sense, these stitches either bunch up or get really loose. And because I'm terrified of them bunching up, I've made them really loose. So I'm hoping that blocking works with that. But I've tried everything. I've tried the trick where you like knit it inside out and then you carry the yarn around. I have too much anxiety for that. I'm just too tight of a knitter to knit color work in the round. So I have to knit everything with the left hand. Like the left-handed tension is supposedly the correct way to do everything. Supposedly. That's what the Scandinavians tell me. So I'm trying that. I've knit this entire sweater holding the yarn in my left hand. And I hated it. I actually saw recently Shayla of, I almost said Very Pink Knits. That's not her name. Or that's not her. Their channel. Of the unicorns. Yeah, unicorns. Had made this sweater, but she made it in one color because she just really liked the fit. And I was like, that's much smarter than knitting it to pattern in 2x2 color work, because I tried it on when I finished the body. I can already tell that I really like the fit of the sweater. I just don't want to do the color work portion. That's the part that I'm like, when this is over, I will be very happy. Okay. Let's see if we can figure this out. Because then you also have to like keep your tension good and pull on your stuff, and I'm changing needles and all of the words are leaving my brain. This is a time. But yeah, I'm trying to pick it up onto a different needle with a longer cord so that it will be a little bit more like streamlined whenever I go to work in the round, whenever I like switch sides and stuff. If any of that makes any sense. I feel like I need like a prompt for when people do come in and I can be like, what did you do this weekend? Like I can already feel this like light green yarn running out. And it gets so tangled. Can y'all see how tangled this is? Is this a Disney movie? About parental neglect? Because it tangled. But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. That's just for you. This is why you marry a Boy Scout. I don't want to fix my own knots. Also, I was talking to somebody recently, and I know you know the story, but like for anybody else, Tex, I know you know the story. And they were like, "Oh, I couldn't possibly knit." And I was like, "It's making knots with string, with sticks and string. That's all you're doing." So before you're hard on yourself, please remember I'm just making knots with sticks and string. Not that hard. You can make it hard, but it's not inherently hard. So hard. Deliberate knots, exactly. Deliberate knots. We did this on purpose. We continue to do it on purpose, as a matter of fact. Okay, cool. But like, this is not, I'm not a continental. I don't normally like pick with holding the yarn in my left hand. And so I've had to like, but I've done this entire sweater that way. Everyone be proud. And it's so funny because I feel like this is the sweater, and not to like, you know, harp on this too much. I do feel like this is the sweater that all of my friends who are like, oh, I can't do color work. I don't like color work. Like, it's too hard. This is the sweater all of them have done and been like, well, that's not color work. That doesn't count. That's just 2 colors in like a, you know, in the round. And I'm like, that's still color work. What are you talking about? It's still color work. And it's so funny because it's like, as much as I talk, you know, crap about how like I don't want to do this, and like it's holding it in my, doing the whole sweater color work and holding it all in my left hand is so like annoying. I would love to have like 60 more in this style with like all the yarn I have, because it's so cute having tried it on. I get it. The designer, by the way, is whatlydiamade. So, in case you were wondering. She makes cute stuff. Cute, very size inclusive stuff, in fact. Which we love to see. We don't see enough of, in my opinion. But yeah, because I feel some kind of way about sleeves, and these sleeves in particular, I knew that if I didn't do this like on stream to hold myself accountable and to have people holding me accountable, I was just gonna leave these in a bag and never get to it. Once again, this is my Republica Unicornia bag. Love this bag, so cute. I wish there were a way to put like descriptions and stuff and things. I'm sure there is. I think that's the purpose of bots. I think you can like put certain information into bots, and if people are like, oh, exclamation point bag, then they can, you know, get a link to the bag or whatever. But or to the maker's website, I guess that's a better way of saying that, because I don't think she doesn't sell the same bags all of the time. She sells based on what fabric she has, and all of her fabrics are so good. Okay, did y'all see how we knit across the 2 sleeves? Right? So I thought about doing it, and you can't see, I don't know if you can see I don't think you can see my mouse on screen whenever I do it like this. But I thought about, instead of down here where it says like new subscriber, new follower, new that stuff, I thought it would be cooler actually if I put like current project, and then I put a picture like from the pattern of what I was working on, and then I could do like current read, current whatever, just whatever I'm like currently doing. I've seen that a couple of places. I also found out recently, and by recently I mean literally yesterday, that like study/co-working is a category. That's the word, I think. I still don't know that. I don't know enough about Twitch is my problem. I don't know why I'm sitting here like I'm talking about something. But studying/co-working is a category, and so I was trying to figure out, I was like, do you watch people study? A lot of them are like people who kind of encourage healthy study/work patterns. So they'll have something in their like Twitch title that's like 50-10, which I think is like 50 minutes of work, 10 minutes of rest. And then they have little like timers in their channel that are like, oh yeah. Hi! Thank you! Colasan. Colasan. Oh, damn it, I did it again. I get in my own head about how to say things. These are the Razer Kitty headphones. My husband actually picked them out. He saw them and he was like, those are cute. You could need those. He's very good at that. Every time I wear something cute, people are like, oh, I like what you're wearing. And I'm like, oh, thanks. My husband picked it out. Thank you. I feel better about that then. So we're knitting today. How are you? How was your weekend? Tell me everything. I'm just bitching about having to knit colorwork in the round. So they had a white and pink and then a pink and white, and I couldn't decide. I saw the green and black version. That green and black version is constantly sold out. Like, I don't understand. I'm sure you could get them online. We were at a store and I was like, it's constantly sold out. They were gone. All gone. Oh, a leopard gecko? I'm a critter person, so that's perfect for me. I love the idea of a leopard gecko. Don't tell my husband. We actually, it's so funny that you mentioned that because it recovered memory right now. When we moved into the current place that we live, the current apartment we live in, our friends were moving out, and she was telling me that one of the maintenance guys that worked here had a leopard gecko, and he was trying to like offload it to somebody. So they're gonna be best friends? I'm such a critter person. I'm sorry. I love that. Oh. Yes, they're the ones with the really big smiles. If I recall, hold on. So the maintenance guy was trying to like find a home for it, and she was devastated because her husband was like, absolutely not. He's not a critter person. Hold on, I have to find a picture. This is making my day. They're these, hold on, these with the really like goofy little goofy little faces. I think they're so cute. Well, that's awesome. So what are you gonna name it? Does the first one? Oh, see, we fostered a kitten. You missed it. We fostered a kitten like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's the first pet we've ever had, and it was like life altering. It was just, oh, that's so cool. What are you gonna name it? What was the first one's name? Is this gonna be like Leppy the leopard gecko? My brother had a lizard when he was growing up. He always had iguanas, and he would always name them Iggy. Iggy 1, Iggy 2, Iggy the 1st, Iggy the 3rd. We won't go into his parenting techniques because, as you can tell, he made his way through a lot of iguanas. He has children now, which is actually very concerning. But they're alive as far as I know. Oh, that's fair. That is cool, though. I had zebra finches whenever I was when I was a teenager, and I named them Zelda off of Zelda Fitzgerald. Everyone thought it was from the video game Zelda, and I was like, no. I had just read The Great Gatsby. I had just learned about Zelda Fitzgerald. So it was Zelda, and then I forget what I named the boy. Not Link, because I hadn't played Zelda yet. I didn't know anything about it. An albino gecko? You know, albinism's and everything. That makes sense. I don't know why I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. No, it makes sense, actually. That's so cute, though. You're more imaginative than me. I would have been like, this is my white gecko marshmallow or tofu. I would have like picked a food object and been like, this is what it's named after. It's a food. But the kitten that we had, I named him Gomez. They're just very pale with blue eyelids. Oh, that sounds so cute. I'm gonna look it up. Albino. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, he looks like an animorph. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's so cute. How long did they live? Did they live like a pretty long time? I was actually thinking that. I was like, what a serve. They've got that blue eyeshadow. Looking fabulous. Name it after Mimi from the Drew Carey show. That garage door eyeshadow they got on. That's so funny. But yeah, we named our little foster kitten Gomez. He was so cute. Let me show you a picture. Also, if you can't tell, we're all, as I say, I love critters. Oh, that's upside down. We love rain frogs in this house. 15 to 20 years? That's crazy. And they need like a special environment, right? They need like a lot of humidity. I know frogs need a lot of humidity when you have frogs because I watch all the TikToks with the frogs that try to eat the lady's fingers. I hope y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about because I feel like I'm rambling straight through madness. But this is Gomez, the love of my life. Look at how cute he is. Ooh. He found a home. It's fine. He's so cute. He's such a dapper little gentleman. Ooh. I named him after Gomez Adams, obviously, because he's got that silly little stash. And he was yes, there's my baby. He was the sweetest little kitty cat I have honestly ever experienced. Like, I'm not a cat person. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't grow up with cats. I have no experience with cats. I used to look at cats and be like, they're cool. That's a critter. We love a critter. And then we had one, and now I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, oh, I see it now. I see it now. I see the love, the love behind the eyes. Oh my god, he was so cute. But there he is, just passed out. I will do this all day. You can't, I have to put my phone down. I will legitimately sit here and just show pictures of him all day. But yeah, he just randomly showed up. My best friend was on a run. And at the end of her run, this tiny little kitten just like runs up to her. He was like maybe 3 months old. Tiny little kitten just runs up to her. And he's wants to be pet. He's having a great time. And she was like, hey, I gotta call you real fast. Fun fact, I stole you a kitten. So she heisted a cat. She heisted a kitten from the streets. And we took him in. And he lived with us for a little while. And he actually was like, because he was so little, he was on stream like every day with me. Like every day. Every time I was on, it was like, and there's Gomez just like crawling somewhere. I love a critter. I love a creature. I love a pet. All of it. Critters over kids. As my husband likes to say. That's awesome. I love that. So they live longer than the vets say they will. I love that. I think that's how it should be, right? Because I had a dachshund for 19 years. No back pain, never got fat, no nothing. And the vet was even like, yeah, we don't really understand. Like normally around 10, we start seeing a lot of like deterioration because they have back problems and kidney problems and all kinds of stuff. She lived for it was the spite, probably the hatred inside of her heart probably preserved her, but she lived for 19 years. That's right. That's right. We spoil our babies, especially when we're having human babies. I feel that deeply. I don't just spoil my babies. I now spoil all my friends' fur babies as well, slash scaly babies, because we do have a friend who has a or had actually he. I don't know why I did that. Passed recently, but he had a little albino hognose snake, I think is what it was. Also named Tofu. See, they're as imaginative as I am, but he passed last year. It was really sad. But yeah, now I spoil all my friends' pets. Like, one of our other best friends has a pug. This is just an animal chat now. You're all welcome. I love him. His name is Frank. This is not a flattering picture of Frank, by the way. He's also so all the critters in my family are in my emotes. I know. That's actually part of the problem. My husband and I are now talking about getting a pet for like the first time ever. And now it's like, but what pet? Frank is living their best life. Okay. I'm going to go into it. So I just love Frank so much. So Frank was actually a rescue. And when they got him, he was severely underfed. I won't say malnourished because I feel like that's like implies certain things. And also I don't know what the qualifications are for that. But when they got him, he was significantly smaller than he is now. And he was very food motivated. And they were like, yeah, we don't know why. Like, why does he keep like trying to eat every single thing? What's going on with that? But now, let me tell you, Frank is a big fat fatty and we love it. Pure rolls. I think he's like almost 20 pounds now, to the point that the last time they saw the vet was like, okay, slow down, maybe. Frank is now living his best life. But he was a rescue and he was much smaller when they found him. And he is my sweet angel baby, and he's never done anything wrong in his entire life, even if he does saws logs when he sleeps. He snores so loud. He snores louder than some people I know. And that's saying something, because he got a tiny body. He's making a lot of volume. He's getting a lot of air. He's got good lungs. But he is just, he's just the sweetest critter. He's got that dumb little face. Okay. Oh, we've almost moved everything over to our second needle, our new needle. Oh, we're working on the Rumble Raglan for everyone who, just joined. And really, we're talking about critters. This is now a critter cast. We don't knit. We just talk about critters now. Everybody tell me about your critters. I love that. I love that. That makes me so happy. I understand that there is a level at which things shouldn't be, super chubby animals, because it's all human interaction, and, they tell you that they're not supposed to be a certain weight, and I get that. But going from being like a sweet, tiny little rescue angel baby with all skin and bones to being a chubby, well-loved critter, that is the success story I'm here for. That's the rags to riches I'm here for. I don't need to hear anything else. I love that. Although we just watched Alien Romulus for the first time. I like the Alien series. I understand horror is not for everybody, but I think the reason I enjoyed it is because I watched it as an adult, so It feels like it's very much of its time and is not like as scary as it would have been if I'd watched it much younger. All that to say, I think if I had an orange cat, I'd have to name it Jonesy. I can't. I think I'd have to because that's the little orange cat in the show or in the movie. And all that matters is that Jonesy got out okay. Which is part of what annoys me about 3. I don't know if y'all have seen Alien 3 or whatever. We watched it. We went through the whole franchise and I was like, you get to 3 and it's like, that's the most nonsense thing I've ever seen in my life. What do you mean she's the only one that made it out of that pod? No. I refuse to accept that. Jonesy is alive and well. Jonesy's fine. That's what we're telling ourselves today. But yes, we're suffering through Sleeve Island on the Rumble Raglan. And we're making huge knots in our yarn, as you can see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's going on here? See, I didn't take a course in knot making, but it comes naturally to me. I'm very good at making knots, if you can't tell. Oh. But yeah, so talking about our critters and knitting, that's today, apparently. I swear I do sometimes play video games or have, any kind of productive day that's not just kikiing all day. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this weekend was super crazy for us. Just felt like it was just like go, go, go. So I'm happy to hear that some people had, nice. I respect that. I think tapioca, I would just go boba. I would just like, if they were round, I would just call them boba. I can't be trusted. So like, I always go, I think I told my husband at one point, he wanted a corgi and I was like, yeah, we can name it Waffles. He was like, okay, maybe not that then. He's like, it's not my fault, they're so cute. Or Flapjack. Flapjack's a great name. But now I'm naming everything off of like other characters at this point. I had a fish, but I can't remember what I named him. That was in like college. Okay. We've moved over from our significantly smaller needle to our larger one. I'm just gonna must drop that on the ground. Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw anything. Oh, I love tea. I love that we have tea. Very round. I didn't know that there was hamster safe popcorn. I mean, it makes sense though. They eat grain, grain. They eat kernels. Why wouldn't there be hamster safe popcorn? Like that makes perfect sense. It's just not something I ever would have thought of. I love all the videos of hamsters that like go perfectly spherical. And then they just like stuff their faces with food. Oh my gosh. It sends me. Oh no. Come here. Oh, every time. There we go. But yeah, once hamsters become like just little balls, same thing with bunnies. I see every time I'm on TikTok and I see those little round bunnies or the bunnies that become basically like just a ball, I lose it. It's just so cute. Although somebody was telling me bunnies bite. I forget who it was. I was talking to this lady who like does like bunny rescue and she was telling me, I think it was either her or her husband, one of them was telling me that like, oh yeah, actually bunnies are like really territorial and they bite and they like, that's why when they do that little stompy thing that looks so cute, same with like skunks stomp as well, and it's like they're being territorial, they're telling you to go away. They're telling you they're mad. And I was like, oh, I just thought they were being adorable. My bad. I had no idea. Okay, this is gonna make me crazy if I don't do something about this, but I don't really know what I can do because I don't know what it did. Are you just like wrapped around yourself? Is that how this happened? I hope this isn't, you know, triggering anyone's anxiety because it's definitely triggering mine. I don't even know how this happened. I love Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you. You have a great time. I'm so glad you stopped in. Bye. For Critter Talk, the Critter Quarter. It's just the Critter Hour. You know me. I can't be trusted. I will continue to talk about critters until the end of time. Okay, that seems to have fixed my issue with the music. Good. I was worried about that. It just keeps pausing itself, and I don't know why, so I had to restart. This is so annoying. I don't know how I managed this. So I just like eyeball my own bag of goodies. I actually need to get back to playing Baldur's Gate 3. Now that I've seen that, I'm reminded that I'm not sure I ever finished it. Which I feel kind of silly for now, because I'm pretty sure I'm at the last, like, fight. Like, genuinely, I think I'm at the fight with... What's his name? You know, the bad guy. That bad guy. The one with the black hair. And then he was running the city, and... Mr. Gate, yes. Monsieur Gate himself, and then the Elder Brain. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like where I am in the plot. Mr. Gate himself. Mr. Gate was my father. Just call me Baldur. Oh my god. No, I don't think I ever finished that game. We got to like the final fight, and I was like, why can't I date Halsin? And then I got mad, and then I stopped playing. So that tells you where my priorities have been. Come on. Okay, that seems to have done a little something something. We feel good about that. It's, oh, I know what happened. It's the green. The green got itself all wound up. Dang it. I love tea. I also love water. I promise. I'll drink water too. Dang it. No. You stop that. There, I have hydrated. Be proud of me. Aren't you glad I put those in so that now you can harass me? Yes. Oh my goodness. I really like the lo-fi beats to like chill and study to. That's fun. But also, it's kind of a crapshoot sometimes on like what the vibe will be when you're listening. It's like, am I gonna get like fun, exciting? Or am I gonna get like sad breakup? Why not fun and exciting breakup? You know what I mean? Doesn't have to be sad. You could have a fun and exciting breakup, I guess. I don't know what that looks like, but someone can tell me. Oh my goodness. I'm just so grateful to be feeling a little bit better. Like, I was editing for some of my streams for YouTube, and I heard my voice from the last like 2 weeks. Oh my god. I don't know how anyone put up with me. It was... I'm like sitting there sniffling and my voice is all wonky. It was a rough time for everyone involved, honestly. Oh, oh, oh. Come along. Come along, sir. Sir. I was having trouble seeing like the color on my video, so I did change the saturation. So I hope it like you can tell that it's brighter. We're just figuring it out. We're all on journeys. We're figuring it out as we go, aren't we? So funny that I was like, we're gonna talk about animals now. I love it. I also feel like I'm just like so much, sorry, I complete 180. I also feel like I'm so much just like slower whenever I knit with my yarn in my left hand. I'm sure it's all psychological because I'm sure it's roughly the same. It's just not what I'm used to, and so I feel like I go slower. It's what it is, man. I was already knitting anyway, so might as well. But the fit on this it's perfect. I get why people were like obsessed and obsessing when it came out. Because I was like, no, I mean, it's just, it's just sweater. It's no big deal. It can't be that great. And then I tried it on and I was like, oh, I am not going to fix this, by the way. I'm actually just going to leave it like this and just like keep pulling on it because I'm a literal savage. Okay, you are the issue here, I think. Let me see what I can do about you. And then we're going to see if that fixes anything. Because it's like, it's separated off into 2 different sections. This is very exciting for everyone involved. I know. I'm sorry. It's not exciting at all. But the green just like separated off into 2 different sections. Oh, goodness. Calm down, Maya. And I don't even know how. Like, honey, how? How did you manage this? This is the real life aspect of like knitting and any kind of craft, really, is just like how much time you spend trying to fix something that you didn't know was wrong. This might be a little too IRL for everybody, honestly. I'm gonna have to put this in the IRL chat or in the IRL category. Fixing yarn. Ah! Really? Again? What is up with you? We're struggling today. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, actually, I might need to do this both ways. Did it get tangled both ways? It seems to have. Oh my god, how did this happen? Jump on it. There we go. There we go. We're getting it. Crisis averted. We're crushing it. Ooh. And ooh. Oh my goodness. Ooh, there we go. Haha. Nailed it. No one can see me. I just look like a mad woman, just like pulling string out from the, like, you know, out of the air. Magic. Boom. It's wild to me because it feels like it's just like I keep thinking I'm running out and then more just keeps appearing. It's kind of insane. Sorry, I hope everyone enjoyed my 7-minute interlude where I attempted to unravel whatever I have done with my yarn. There we go. There we go. But do you see what I mean? Like how much like softer I have to handle the yarn and like how much more like relaxed I have to be in my grip. Like normally I have like a death grip on all of my knitting. See, this is what I mean. Like this song slaps. It's going for it. It's doing things. We're going places. I also think that like whenever I twisted my project, it also twisted the yarn. So I think that's also part of like why it's so angry. That's fine. We're fine. Okay. Behave. What's going on in everybody else's neck of the woods? Nonsense? Mayhem? Chaos? All three, probably. Okay, also, I'm trying to follow a pattern, which is also proving a little bit difficult because I just, like, don't want to. Ooh, ooh. Calm down. This yarn, it's out to make me crazy. Oh, hey, Tony. Have you come to knit today? You missed what might have been a 7+ minute interlude of me trying to unconfigure extremely knotted yarn. So that was fun. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I can't fault you for that one. I cannot fault you. I was talking about this earlier. When you are knitting, somebody was telling me they couldn't knit, and I was like, you are making deliberate knots in string with sticks. Loopy like crochet. That's fair. That's very fair, actually. It's a Monday. For me. I mean, if you live on the moon, I guess maybe it's not a Monday. Live your best life. We are fantastic today. We are feeling much better. I don't know why I keep saying we. I do apologize. It makes me sound psychotic. I've been getting over being sick for like 2 weeks. I was listening in as editing one of the VODs for YouTube, and I could like hear myself, and I go, "Oh my god." It is Monday everywhere. It's like it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's Monday everywhere today. It's Monday everywhere. The royal we, exactly. Her Highness herself, the royal we. We have been getting over being sick, and listening back, I was like, I sound awful. Like, why was I trying to talk to anybody? Got to do that royal wave, which is also insane. How is this a wave? We is in all the voices. I think I'd have to warn you guys like beforehand. Sorry, that threw me. I think I'd have to warn you guys beforehand if it was like it's we today. Although one of my favorite things to say to people when they ask like, "Oh, are you Maya?" I go, "Only until I figure out how to enter a fugue state, and then I don't have to be anymore." That's my life, though. That's my life. Anyways, that's my life. Hope you enjoyed it. For all the Hillary Duff fans out there. But yeah, no, and the wildest part about being sick for 2 weeks is like normally when I don't get sick, and when I do, it just like decimates me. I'm one of those people, you know, like every 3 or 4 years I get the flu because I like just I say that at the end of every rant. I say thank you for coming to my TED Talk every time I'm like talking to my friends and I rant about something. I'll get to the end of it and I'll go, anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sorry. Every time. But yeah, I'm one of those people who gets the flu every like 3 to 4 years. And when I do, it just decimates me. So the idea that I was sick without being completely laid up, stuck in bed, going to a hospital, anything like that, I didn't know what to do with myself. I had like a normal functioning sickness. And I was like, oh, I hate this. I don't like this. I'm beginning to now understand how people are like, oh, I'm sick. And then they go into work and get everybody else sick. I'm getting it now. Because previously I was one of those people, it's like, I get sick and that's it. But I never get sick. But you know, I do joke every like 3 or 4 years. I'm like, all right, it's about that time for me to get the flu. So let's go. It's about that time. Ooh. It is a nightmare. And I can't get small sick, right? Because that would be insane. Which I think is what this was. I think this was actually more allergies than actual sickness. I think that's why my body didn't know what to do. It's because I don't get allergies. But I'm usually just fully knocked out. I'm usually dead to the world. Dead. D-E-D, dead. Why are you like this? My yarn is here to test me today. Satan herself. It's fine. We're all fine. We all feel some kind of way about something. As discussed, I feel some kind of way about yarn. And I feel some kind of way about having to knit color work in the round on a small circumference. And the way I feel is I hate it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I've certainly gotten better at it though, but you know, the murderous intent is still there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. What about you, Tony? How'd you do this weekend? Or how'd you do this weekend? Okay. Yeah. How'd you do this weekend? How are you doing? And what did you do this weekend is what I meant to say. But you know what? It's fine. We roll with it. Oh, what number am I on? Oh no. Where am I? Okay, I need like 3 more. 3 more rounds and then I'm all good. All good. I really should use those cute little like press-on nails that I got from Maya, ironically. Her name is also Maya. I should do this on the stream because they're so cute. I just don't think they would go with this project is the problem. I need to have a project that I match to my nails. That would be great. Hashtag just girly things. I also found another crafter that I really enjoy. I'm trying to remember her name. Dolls? Something Dolls? And she makes dolls, which I'll tell you right now is top of the horror pyramid for me. But she doesn't make like traditional spooky creepy dolls. They're just very cute. They're like revamped almost. And they look like fairies and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's a really cute idea. That's a lot of skill. That's really cool. But I don't think you'll ever catch me. You ain't never gonna catch me with a doll in my house. I'll tell you right now. That's a no from me, dog. Absolutely not. Oh, come on. I just fixed you. Be cool, man. Be cool. Oh, now you're doing it too. So rude. Nailed it. Nailed it. Where is Katie? I need to harass Katie. Although she'll get her fill of me tonight, so. The way I said that, I realize sounds very salacious. She's gonna see me tonight is what I should say. You're all good. I forgot the English language, which is my first language, and said, oh, what was your weekend or something like that. You know what? Good. Our weekend was insane, so I'll take pretty okay. I'll take chill, actually. Anything relaxed, rejuvenating. The struggle is real. The struggle is so real. Nonstop. It's nonstop. And we had a friend who had not a shower, but a sprinkle. So it was it's her second baby. Babies are a lot. They're a lot. Although I did try to convince her to have a Schitt's Creek themed sprinkle. Because they have an episode about having sprinkles or whatever. I didn't know sprinkles were a thing until I watched that show. Stop it! Me and the husbando, Monsieur Husband, we had a sprinkle this weekend. I was also there. To be fair, though, he's like the fun one. For as fun as I seem, he's the fun one. And so people always, it'll be like, oh, you're going to a thing? Cool. Is your husband coming? And I'm like, oh, yes, he is. He will be there. And they're like, oh, great. We can't wait to see him. And I'm like, I will also be there. It is the royal we. We of the household. We of the kingdom. The kingdom's we. But he's always, every time I get invited to something, they're always like, and is Alex coming? And I'm like, yes, he is. He'll be there. 100%. I am 100%. I am the accessory, and that's fine, because let me tell you, okay? I can't stand my new pet peeve. We're on my next TED Talk, okay? This is my next TED Talk. My newest pet peeve, from the bottom of my soul, is people who don't like their partners. It's my newest pet peeve. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I see it on TikTok all the time. All the time. People being like, my husband's so dumb. He doesn't know where anything is. And I'm like, damn. What is that like? I will die on this hill. I will literally die on this hill. I just can't imagine. And I see it all the time. So like I love being married to someone who is awesome and that people like. I don't take offense to it at all. I do make fun of them though. Thank you. You get one precious life and you're telling me you want to spend it with someone that you hate and spend every minute complaining about? And for what, girl? For what? For what? You're not getting a prize at the end. Like, wow, you really suffered. Well done. And we stand it. We stand it. We can't stand people who don't want to be with the person they're with. We stand it. And so that's, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll be done. I will get off of my high horse, but it's true. Only, and actually, I'm not done with this TED Talk. I think it goes double for friends. Because those are the people, those are your, like, you know, your comrades, your confidants. 100%. Same. But like your friends, your confidants, all the people that you keep around you, like, you need to like the people around you. It's not healthy to spend so much time with people you don't like. I mean, it is what it is, but like, if you're not enjoying it, duck face, I don't know. I got nothing. I don't get it. And like, there's a whole world out there, man. Oh, did I do this wrong? No? Yes? No. Maybe. Wait a second. Did I not decrease on this round? Oh no. Wait. What does this one look like? That one has 2. This one has 2. Okay. Oh, I'm on the other end. Oh my god, I'm making myself crazy. I am making myself insane. Because, okay, I thought I was on the decrease section. We almost... Crisis averted. Crisis averted. There we go. There we go. We're cooking with gas. We've got this. I don't want to do this. Y'all are holding me accountable. Thank you. You didn't know you signed up for that today, but you are. Because otherwise, Maya won't do this, and she'll leave her project in a bag forever. And then be like, whoa, what happened with that? Why didn't I ever finish it? That's what'll happen. I have a few projects like that currently. I hate doing that. I hate when I like stumble across an old project bag and I open it and it's like, oh, right, I was working on that for like a year. Cool. It's different when it's your own design. You can do that to your own stuff. So like I like to design knitwear. I think it's fun. It's fine when I do it to myself. It's less fine when I'm like, I was literally following a pattern. I just couldn't be bothered. Are you kidding me? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's the worst. I always get so embarrassed when I go out and I find like, oh, I have like 9 new things. Or not 9 new things. I have 9 old things that are suddenly new because I never finished them. It's usually sleeves. That's usually like right here is where I stop working on things. I'm a fully realized adult. Thank you. I pay my own taxes. I can knit sleeves. I just have to want to. But we're getting there. We're so close. We only have like 2 more repeats. I'm talking to myself at this point about this knitting project. I am like, we struggling. I'm telling myself, it's like, I can get through this. I can do this. I can do this. Because it's called Sleeve Island for a reason, because you get deserted there. I'm sure that there are people that like stumble across my stream and are like, this lady is insane. And they're right. And I won't apologize. So enjoy. You know what? You're so right. You stream so that it doesn't look like you're talking to yourself. I respect that. I respect that. Because that's, you know, the way I see it. I was already doing this, right? I was already gonna knit. I'm already a crafter. I knit the sweater I'm wearing. This is my Sailor Jupiter sweater. I designed this, as a matter of fact. I designed all the Sailor Scout sweaters that I own. And so I was already doing it, and I was like, well, if I'm already gonna be doing it, I might as well stream it and like meet new people and get people talking about knitting and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. 90% of the sweaters you ever see me wear, I've either made myself, design, or possibly also designed myself. 90% of them. I do a lot of test knitting. So I knit for other designers so that they can test their math. I also help a lot of designers with math. I'm quite good at like grading and so on. So if you're ever designing a sweater, let me know and I will do my best to help. That would be great, actually. This is my stream sweater. I've actually thought about doing like a knit night. I don't quite know how to invite other people to be on screen with me and knit with me, but I do have another friend who does Twitch and he does like kind of similar stuff, or he's wanting to do kind of similar stuff with like his knitting because he's a designer as well. And I was like, oh, we should do a knit night. And then I was like, I don't know how to do that. So maybe if and when I ever figure it out, we can do a knit night. I think it would be fun. Just get all the knitters together and be like, all right, guys, what are you working on? Everybody show me your progress. Shut up, Tony. Leave me alone. I know. I have to go find out like how to invite people. Well, I know theoretically about the collaboration, yes. It's like, I don't know how to explain to him. And he doesn't know. And so he's like, we could probably do a YouTube live. And I was like, yeah. But again, until he has time, because he's like a professor or something like that. I actually don't know what he does. I have no idea. I'm talking like I like know what he does for a living. I don't know what he does for a living. And so he does like, he's either a programmer. I think he's a programmer, actually. I think I fully lied and was like, picked a different P word. I think I fully lied to you. I think he's a programmer. And we were talking about it because for the test that I did for him for the vest that I was wearing like 2 weeks ago, or that I finished 2 weeks ago and was wearing on stream, he was telling me, I was telling him, I was like, oh, I'd love to do this in like a different weight of yarn. Again, these words mean nothing to you, I'm sure. But I was like, no, I really want to do this in like a different weight of yarn. And he was like, oh, I have a program that does that. And I was like, oh, I have a program that does that because I also knit and, well, previously in my last job, I used to use a ton of Python and SQL, right? And so it was like, great, I'll do this. And so I ended up just using Python and creating a pandas database. This is not exciting for anybody but me. But I was like, okay, now that I have this formula and I have like your pattern, I can basically put in like, here's the gauge, here's the formula, here's like what I'm expecting to get. And then like rewrite your pattern basically based on the yarn I want to use. It's all math. So unfortunately for everybody involved, knitting is actually a lot of math. Sorry. I feel like it's so funny because you get a lot of like really creative types in knitting who don't want to do math, or at least think that they can't do math, which is like the biggest lie. It's the biggest lie. And I think it's because like knitting is such a like female dominated thing. And I remember growing up, people being like, girls aren't good at math. And I was like, no, that's not true. And so a lot of like, I meet a lot of older women all the time who are like, oh, I never really got very good at math. And I was like, you knit a sweater from memory. Like you changed it on the fly from a pattern you remember doing 15 years ago. And you're telling me you can't do math? You're a liar. You're a liar and you're lying to yourself. But yeah, knitting is actually a ton of math. At least designing is almost entirely math. But you know what? That's the fun. I've had to convince myself I'm good at math. I also own a calculator. So I'm basically unstoppable. There we go. Oh, we're getting it. We're getting it. We love it. We are enjoying every second of this. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Are you giggling about my math commentary? Is that what you're laughing at me for? Haha, math. It's like that old meme. Haha, business. Oh no, what now? Oh. Unimportant. I hate it when you get those like doctor appointment reminders, and it looks like they're trying to tell you something, and then it's like, oh hey, by the way, you have to reschedule, or you have to schedule your next appointment, your yearly checkup or whatever. And I'm like, this is not important. I thought you had something actual like important to say. It's fine. We're all fine. I wonder what J Jims is up to. I need to harass him. I also need to play the horse gambling racing Japanese anime girl game. That's what I've been told. Do I know anything about it? No. Have I been told that I need to play it? Yes. Gosh. There we go. Okay. We're slowing down. Everything is fine. The yarn is not pulling quite so much, so we like that. Oh, I was like, what is going on? What in tarnation? I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing. Mm-hmm. Anyways, talking to myself as we just described. Oh no. There we go. That's a little bit better. It keeps telling me it's buffering, so hopefully y'all are... I'm not sounding too insane. I mean, I'm sounding regular insane and not like technical insane. Okay, cool. Y'all let me know. Where am I? Okay. Okay. Oh, yes. Fantastic. Oh, wait. No, hold on. Yes. Yes? Yes. This way. Nailed it. I'm so glad I put this on the longer needles. Oh my god. I was struggling with those shorter needles. What a time to be alive. I don't even know what that means. Just making faces at me now? I love tea. I love it. It's so good. Britain really popped off on that one. Actually, technically it was China. China popped off on that one. Huh. I love this about you. You're like, we're just gonna figure it out. Oh my gosh. There we go. Hey. You'll appreciate this because I am very new to all of this. It was very sweet. I had a little raid on Friday and I made lots of new friends and we got to talk about date everything. It was so cute. Everyone was so friendly. This is how I talk about everything. I'm like, everyone is so nice. Which it's important. It's a life skill. I think being nice is a life skill. There we go. Okay. So I think we're coming up on the next... Okay, one more round. 9.5. Like ratio? Like aspect ratio? This is, yeah. See, this is my problem. Love that. .5 fingers. I love that. Oh. Personally, I feel like that's an HR violation, but you know what? She's a crafty streamer. I love that. I love that so much. That's even more of an HR violation. Damn. Where does she work? Do I need to call someone? Oh, come on. That is some line cook humor right there. You're not wrong. It does explain. It does explain. As someone, oh yeah, someone who has worked in a few restaurants. I feel like you should be legally obligated to have to work in a restaurant at some point in time in your life because I feel like it builds character. And you learn when to shut up. Having a moment, just thinking back. I think you should have to work in service, no matter what. Exactly. It's all about location, location, location. That's what I've learned. Wait, no, that's real estate. Never mind, ignore me. Uh, that's actually what my best friend has his, or one of my best friends has his degree in, is hospitality management. And let me tell you, he worked in hotels. Oh my God. Those are some stories. Stories. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Bartending sounds like it's make or break. Like, that's where you learn a lot of things. You learn a lot of things in that line of work, whether you want to or not. Like I said, everyone should work service. And you should also go to service bars. Like, those are the best bars, in my opinion. Imho. Ah, so close. I've been a hostess, a waitress, and then an accidental, sometimes bartender. You don't want me to do that. That's not a skill. I don't, you don't want that from me. I'm a throw it at the wall and see what sticks type. So, no. I don't have the precision for that. Come on, come on. There we go. Sometimes my tender just doesn't feel right. That's fair. See, yeah, I will say back of house and front of house, two completely different worlds. And I've been in both. And it is two completely different worlds. Just two completely different vibes, too. Like, one is fun. And then one is, the part everyone can see. I could never get away with that. I don't think I have, like, the energy to be like, you get what you get and you don't complain. I do what I want. I'm not tall enough for that energy. And you know what? Out here doing the Lord's work. It's not me. I I think back on like when I was doing it, especially like in college, and I think about like the idea that you just went for like 14 hours a day. You just like went. It was just nonstop. And you would like eat standing up. And like now I'm like, man, I need a break. Working an office job has made me soft. I will tell you that right now. Working an office job has made me soft. I have a lot of friends still in service and in like GMs of like retail and stuff like that. And they're like, boom, 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 boom. And they still live that life. And I'm just like, wow, I'm so weak. In comparison, I'm so weak. I have to write it down now. Now, that being said, and this is my, one thing I will say for myself, um, I've never had to write down my own password at work, no matter how long it had to be. I've always been able to remember my own password. And I work with some people that, let me tell you, once we got like recognition software and they stopped having to put their password in, don't remember it. I'm just like, okay. What was your life like before you came here? There's like, you can tell people who have worked in service and people who have not. Aw. But that's fantastic. I mean, think about like the like 1-to-1 of skills though. 1-to-1 of skills. Hi, I'm good with people. Great. Go. Some people just aren't good with people. Oh, that is rough, buddy. But you know what? Good on you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That runs in my family, so it is a concern for me. So I'm very cautious and do all of the... It's so true. It's so like... I don't know. I just like, I feel like you either did well in service because you were like really good at talking to people and like were genuinely interested. That's the key. Like you have to be genuinely interested in talking to people. And so like, I've never gotten the Gen Z stare that people talk about. The gift of gab. When we went to Ireland, my friends all kissed the Blarney Stone and they're like, do you want to do it? And I go, baby. The Blarney Stone is meant to give you the gift of gab. I don't have that problem. I've got that gift. I don't need to double up. I would never stop speaking ever again. But it's true. But yeah, my the little sister is, Gen Z, and she doesn't do the Gen Z stare to me, and I've never really experienced it. But she's like, yeah, it's because, you're used to talking to people, and so you don't sit there and ask questions like you've never been in public before. And I was like, oh, this makes sense now. She's like, yeah, you understand. Which way am I going? Are we going this way? But it is a gift. It is a gift. Bleh. I got a fuzzy in my mouth, probably because I'm knitting. Yeah, they were all like, do you want to hang upside down and kiss the Blarney Stone while some like stranger holds onto you by the middle? And I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to hang off the side of a castle to kiss a rock for something I've already got. But good on y'all. I actually used to be terrified of heights, so. Oh, I love tea. Okay. Are you gonna behave now? Are we behaving? It seems as though we're kind of behaving. A little bit. Okay. Okay. And then I just need one more round after this one, and then we can do another decrease round. And I think after that, we've only got one more set. One more like set of however many rows to decrease. Ugh. This is eternal. This is the eternal project. It's not really. I'm being a baby. Local area woman is world's biggest baby. It's like, what's that noise? Something outside. Also, I'm ready for the winter months, and I know this is a silly thing to say out loud. I'm ready for the winter months so that the landscaping cannot be all of the time. Just just a little bit less, please. If I never have to hear another leaf blower, if I never have to hear another leaf blower, I will be a happy woman. There we go. Just like making noises with my mouth now. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Nailing it. Also, all I do now is like sit on the couch and knit and like watch TV. So, you know, living my grandma hobby's life. But I hear they're good for your mental health, so I'm not gonna complain. Just like vibing. Just like vibing to the music. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Okay. There you go. Oh, see, I feel like it's getting too, like, some of this is just getting way too big on the sides. I know I'm crazy. I'm just being sensitive about it, but it does make me a little walk-jawed. I know it'll block out really nicely, though. I can't wait. My great hope is that I can finish this, and then on next Monday's stream, theoretically, be able to show you guys how it's been going. Not how it's been going. Have it done, and then be able to show you guys what it looks like with the pants. The special pants that I have. Special pants that I have, oh my god. What a weird thing to say out loud. But the pants I specifically picked these colors to match with. Ooh. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh, it's just twisted over itself. Okay, that's not an issue. I thought it was twisted with the other yarn again. I was gonna be like, no, no thank you. No ma'am. Oh, there we go. Oh shoot, man, time has flown by. I'm actually probably gonna have to be done in the next like 15. Got a little some coming up today. Gotta get ready. I think this looks good. Okay, I think it's actually also gonna match like almost exactly with the body by the time that I do run out of the light green. This is an estimation, of course, but like this here-ish. Also, I have the like largest holes under the underarms. I'm so annoyed. It's fine. It's fine. But I think if I can, I might have enough yarn. I don't know what this hand motion is. I might have enough yarn that by the end of this, by the end of all of my decreases, my sleeves will mostly match the section right here in my body. I'm not sure if this makes sense to anybody, but anybody else but me. I know it makes sense to me, and that's what matters, but I'm hoping it'll look right on the body whenever I am wearing it. And it won't look like I just ran out of yarn, which is exactly what's going to happen. But I don't want it to look like that's what happened. I want it to look intentional. Oh, no, sir. Why are you so difficult sometimes, Mr. Yarn? Why are you like this? Okay, I think this is gonna be 6 from the... Where's my... Yes, so then the next one will be my decrease. And then I think after that I'll need one more set of decreases. I'm really hoping I can get through all of this without running out of yarn, because it would be very annoying to have to switch over to the brighter green for the last like nothing rounds. That would be very annoying. And again, the light green was an absolute mystery color. I had no idea. I don't know what it is, where it's from, how much of it I had, anything like that. We don't know anything about it. It was a rescue. But yeah, I don't know anything about it. So it's knit up nicely. I have no complaints. I'm just wish I like had known going in how much I had to work with. Oh, and I'm like out of the other color, I think. Not out of it, but like the ball I had, I ran out of. And I'll have to find the other ball that I have. The ramblings. They're getting out of control. But yeah, if I do run out of the light green, which seems likely, I'll have to go find the other ball of dark green. Come here. Not again. There we go. Sometimes it's just patience. Sometimes it's just patience. And that's fine, even when you don't have any. It's okay. No, what are you doing? Stop it. Just straight up sitting here mumbling. Living my best Madame Raz life. Yeah, probably log off around 3 Central, so in the next like 10-ish minutes. Call it good, call it a day. We're just happy to be here, man. Oh my gosh. I think theoretically we can get through another round in 10 minutes, hopefully. And then I have to do, once I finish the color work, I have to do the bind off, so it will be a bit. And I'm glad I did this today, because otherwise, realistically, I was not getting to it. Like when I say I've been avoiding doing these sleeves, I mean it. I don't want to be late for my job interview. Ugh. There's like an art to maneuvering your knitting so that it doesn't get all messed up. And again, most people don't knit 2 sleeves at a time. I'm just an insane psychopath who does. crazy person who does do that because she thinks it saves her time. Is she right? Probably not. But we're all in this together and we're all gonna find out, aren't we? Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. Getting into the swing. Another thing, and this is a silly, thought from the top of my head, is that because of this being two-color color work, fully in the round, or small circumference, right? I've also had to figure out like how my decreases under the arms are going to look, because otherwise you end up with like a huge patch of a single color if you're only decreasing at a certain time, and then you only end up with like a patch of that color. So I've had to like alter the way I do increases, or alter the colors whenever I do increases, to make sure that everything is getting floated across correctly, which is just another little thing you have to think about. So it's like, oh yeah, decrease, double, knit two together in this color. It's like, I will do it in the other color so that I make sure that I don't just have 8 stitches in one color or whatever, because otherwise you're gonna end up with a really tight thread under the arm. Which I'm sure is riveting and makes perfect sense to every single person involved. There we go. There we go. You have to make sure you're catching your yarn right, and all of this, and all of that. It's just so much more thought than a plain sleeve. Go. You're getting it. Have to maneuver it on the needles. This green yarn is literally trying to kill me. It just is making me insane. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's all caught around itself in the back. That makes more sense. Alrighty. Get into these last few. Okay, there we go. We put like so many rounds on the sleeve today. I'm proud of us. Go team. Go team. Please unwind yourself. Which is not what I really want to say. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. We had a great stream. I'm so happy to see everybody. Thank you everybody for joining me. As I sit here, I'm just like unwind my yarn. And I will see y'all tomorrow for probably some beading. Oh, not that anybody asked, but this is what we're working on. And he is turning out so cute. Hold on, let me see if I can get him on stream. He's turning out so cute. I'm almost done with his eyes. I'm trying to finish this eye as like proof of concept, basically, because this is how I see it in my brain. And I want it to look, you know, like derpy. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. I want it to look like derpy, so we're all very excited. But yeah, thank you everybody again for joining. Have fun, make good choices, drink your water, eat your vegetables, mind your business. And I will see you all, theoretically, tomorrow for some more crafting, shenanigans, and light, tangential, friendly harassment. Okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.